إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. أما بعد، أحييكم أيها الأحبة وأرحب بكم في هذا الدرس. I welcome all of you, and inshallah ta'ala we continue reading from Majalis Shahr Ramadan, the sittings and the classes that the noble Shaykh Muhammad ibn Salih al-Uthaymeen rahimahullah ta'ala has given in Ramadan. باب أو مجلس في مفطرات الصوم. Today inshallah, tonight inshallah ta'ala we're going to learn the things that break one's fast. The things that breaks the fast, and we are learning this so we can stay away from them and don't fall into them. Because a person is supposed to preserve his fast from the things that nullify the fast completely, and also stay away from the things that decrease the reward of the fasting. بدأ الشيخ بآية في سورة البقرة قال تعالى: فالآن باشروهن وابتغوا ما كتب الله لكم وكلوا واشربوا حتى يتبين لكم الخيط الأبيض من الخيط الأسود من الفجر ثم أتموا الصيام إلى الليل. In the ayah 187 of Surah Al-Baqarah, the translation of it in English, it means that at night it is permissible for the men to enjoy their wives, and also the night time is the night where it is permissible for the Muslim to eat and drink until the white thread, meaning of the light of Fajr, of dawn, become clear and distinct from the black thread, meaning the darkness of the night, meaning that's Fajr. ثم أتم الصيام إلى الليل. Then you continue fasting until night, meaning until Maghrib. لأن الليل يبدأ بالمغرب, because the night starts at Maghrib. قال الشيخ ابن عثيمين رحمه الله: ذكر الله في هذه الآية الكريمة أصول مفطرات الصوم، وذكر النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في السنة تمام ذلك. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in this noble verse the foundation and the main things that nullify one's fast, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his sunnah has completed the rest. We find the rest actually in the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. قال والمفطرات سبعة أنواع. Shaykh says the things that nullifies one's fast are 7 things. الأول الجماع. The first one is intercourse. وهو أعظمها وأكبرها إثما وهو علاج الذكر في الفرج وهو أعظمها وأكبرها إثما. And this is when a person have intercourse, this is the greatest and the worst of all of these 7, because they have the severe, its greatest sin. فمتى جامع الصائم بطل صومه فردا كان أو نفلا. If the fasting person have intercourse, his fast automatically is nullified, whether it is obligatory fast or an optional fast. That's in general whenever he's fasting. ثم إن كان في نهار رمضان والصوم واجب عليه لزمه مع القضاء الكفارة المغلظة. But now if this happened in the day of Ramadan while fasting was obligatory upon that person, then beside making up the day, have to expiate for that. As follows: عتق رقبة مؤمنة, freeing a believing slave. فإن لم يجد فصيام شهرين متتابعين لا يفطر بينهما إلا لعذر شرعي كأيام العيدين والتشريق أو لعذر حسي كالمرض والسفر لغير قصد الفطر. If a person is not able to free a believing slave, then he will fast 2 months in a row, 2 consecutive months. Does not break between them, except if there is a valid reason, like the Eidain. Person fasts 2 months and there is a Eid, and then it's not permissible to fast the Eid and also the 3 days of Tashriq that follow the Eid of Al-Adha. That's a legislative excuse. Or there is other excuse like a sickness, someone who becomes sick. He started fasting those 2 months in a row and he got sick. Or someone who has to travel, but not to travel for the purpose to break the fast. لا. If there is emergency, for example. فإن أفطر لغير عذر ولو يوما واحدا لزمه استئناف الصيام من جديد ليحصل التتابع. If a person who's doing this expiation, this atonement, and while fasting those 2 months in a row, he deliberately, without any valid reason, an excuse, broke 1 day, then he has to start all over. فإن لم يستطع صيام شهرين متتابعين فيطعم 60 مسكينا. Now Sheikh Salih al-Fawzan حفظه تعالى, he says that if he cannot fast, he said, this is for someone who cannot fast because he has a valid reason. He's sick or something like that. But there is no way that a person, just because it's difficult upon him, he thinks that he can't. Okay? So if he can't, he will feed 60 poor people. إطعام 60 مسكينة نصف كيلو و10 جرامات من البر الجيد. For each one of them is half of a sa', which is, or a mud actually, which is a half kilo and 10 grams from the bur or from the food of the people in the country. وفي صحيح مسلم أن رجلا وقع بامرأته في رمضان فاستفتى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم عن ذلك. And we have a hadith in Sahih Muslim that a man actually have intercourse with his wife, and in Ramadan while he was fasting, and he came to ask the Prophet ﷺ for the solution for that. He came repenting, and he came repenting and asking for the way to make up for his sin. Prophet ﷺ said to him, هل تجد رقبة؟ قال لا. Said, can you free a slave? He says, no. قال هل تستطيع صيام شهرين يعني متتابعين كما في الرواية الأخرى? He said, can you fast 2 months, meaning in a row, without any interruption, as he came in the other narrations? The man still say no. قال فأطعم 60 مسكينا. He says feed 60 poor people. وهو في الصحيحين مطولا. الثاني إنزال المني باختياره. The second one is the secretion of the semen by deliberately, on purpose. وذلك بتقبيل أو لمس أو استمناء أو غير ذلك. a person, whether they by kissing or touching or masturbation or other than that. لأن هذا من الشهوة التي لا يكون الصوم إلا باجتنابها. Why? Because this is fulfilling one's desire that's supposed to stay away from. Because that's from the things that the fasting person stay away from, along food and drinks. Because he came in the Hadith al-Qudsi in Sahih al-Bukhari that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَدَعُ طَعَامَهُ وَشَرَابَهُ وَشَهْوَتَهُ مِنْ أَجْلِ. That Allah says that he get a great reward for the fasting person because he leave off his drinks, food, drinks, and fulfilling his desires from means that halal for the sake of Allah. قال أما التقبيل واللمس بدون إنزال فلا يفطر. Says, as for a man who's married and maybe kiss his wife or touch her without any secretion of semen, then that does not break the fast. لما في الصحيحين من حديث عائشة رضي الله عنها أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يقبل وهو صائم ويباشر وهو صائم ولكنه كان أملككم لإربه. So this hadith in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, that Aisha radiallahu anha, she said yes. When she was asked, she said that the Prophet used to kiss his wives while he's fasting. However, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has control over his shahwa, his desires. وفي صحيح مسلم أن عمر بن أبي سلمة سأل النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم أيقبل الصائم فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم هذه يعني أم سلمة أمه فأخبرته أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كان يصنع ذلك. Likewise, Umar ibn Abi Salama, that was the Prophet's stepson, he asked him, he says, the fasting person, can he kiss his wife? The Prophet said, ask this one, meaning Salama. She said, yes, the Prophet used to do that. Al-Hadith. قال لكن إن كان الصائم يخشى على نفسه من الإنزال بالتقبيل ونحوه ومن التدرج بذلك الجماع لعدم قوته على كبح شهوته فإن التقبيل ونحوه يحرم حينئذ سدا للذريعة وصونا لصيامه عن الفساد. He said, now if a person is afraid that if he kisses his wife or that he may have any secretion of semen or may lead him to fall into the intercourse because he doesn't have power over himself and subdue his desires, then he should not do these things. It become haram on him to cut all the doors that may lead to that, and also to preserve his fasting from being nullified. قال ولذلك نهى النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الصائم عن المبالغة في الاستنشاق خوفا من تسرب الماء إلى جوفه فيفسد صومه. So for this reason the Prophet ﷺ, he forbade that while you're making wudu, if you're fasting, do not sniff the water deeply in your nose out of fear that they may go through your nostrils and end up in your throat and then into the stomach. قال وأما الإنزال بالاحتلام أو بالتفكير المجرد عن العمل فلا يفطر لأن الاحتلام بغير اختيار الصائم وأما التفكير فمعفو عنه. Then the Sheikh says, as for a wet dream, okay, as a wet dream or the like, or someone who's just thinking without doing any action, that does not break the fast. Does not break the fast. So if a person, for example, have a wet dream, somebody laying down, got a rest in the day of Ramadan and got a wet dream, there is nothing against them. Their fast is still sound. All they have to do, a person has to make a ghusl for the salat. الثالث من مفطرات الصوم الأكل أو الشرب. From the third of the things that breaks one's fast is food and drinks. وهو إيصال الطعام أو الشراب إلى الجوف من طريق الفم أو الأنف أيا كان نوع المأكول أو المشروب. So then this is when food or drinks get to the stomach, whether through the mouth or the